Have you ever felt trapped in a relationship where everything seems to revolve around one person? No matter how hard you try, it's never enough. This could be a sign that you're dealing with a narcissist. In relationships like this, there are always two possible paths you might find yourself on. The first scenario, you don't even realize you're being controlled and manipulated. Your hidden wounds and dependence have unintentionally turned you into a puppet in their hands. If this describes your situation, chances are you're still lost in the haze of a toxic relationship and might not have come across this video yet. The second scenario, you begin to see through their facade. You recognize manipulative behaviors, controlling tactics, gaslighting, and realize it's time to stand up for yourself. But this resistance won't sit well with a narcissist. They'll do everything they can to reclaim their lost power. This is where the real battle begins. Today, we're pulling back the curtain to uncover 5 strategies narcissists often use when they feel their grip slipping. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more insightful videos. Now let's dive into the fascinating world of psychology together. Imagine someone who's used to always getting their way like a spoiled chef in a kitchen. When they don't have the right ingredient or when something doesn't go as planned, they might slam pots, toss utensils, or blame others. Narcissists operate similarly, but instead of throwing tantrums in plain view, they use calculated, subtle methods to punish you for resisting their control. The type of punishment they choose depends on their personality and how much value they think you bring to their life. If you're a major source of supply, whether as their emotional support, unpaid helper, or financial resource, they won't let you slip away from their grip without a fight. Today we'll explore the reactions narcissists typically resort to, ranked from the easiest to the most difficult for you to handle. One of the first and most common tactics they use is the silent treatment. They may suddenly stop all communication and vanish from your life as though you never mattered. Why do they do this? First, it's a power move. This silence allows them to maintain the illusion that they're in control, unaffected by your actions, and indifferent to your presence. Second, they know silence can be a devastating weapon. It stirs up insecurities, makes you question your worth, and leaves you grappling with self-doubt. Narcissists understand this, and they exploit it fully. By cutting off communication, they shift the emotional turmoil onto you, forcing you to confront an avalanche of questions and anxieties. Their ultimate goal is to provoke you into pleading for their attention. Each message or call you make feeds their fragile ego, affirming the dominance they so desperately crave. But here's the truth. Their silence isn't about you. It's a reflection of their own unhealed wounds, an insatiable need for validation. Their refusal to communicate is a deliberate strategy designed to manipulate you, not a response to any fault of yours. Yes, the silence and sudden departure can feel like a dagger to the heart, especially when part of you still hopes for connection. But believe me when I say their leaving is actually a gift. Why? Because if they stayed, you'd remain trapped in a toxic cycle of manipulation. Their exit offers you the chance to break free and reclaim your power. However, don't think for a moment that they'll let you go easily. Narcissists are masters at pulling you back into their web, armed with a playbook of tricks. Curious to know what those tricks are? Stay tuned, their secrets are about to be revealed. They deploy the tactic, drawing you back in. Imagine this. Just as you start to break free from their control, they suddenly transform into the person you always wanted them to be. Sweet, attentive, and seemingly full of love, they'll do whatever it takes to win you back. This is no coincidence. It's a calculated move. They employ what's called the hovering campaign, a well-crafted act designed to suck you back into their toxic cycle. It's not about genuine love or change. It's about regaining the control they feel slipping away. At first, they transform into the perfect partner. Sweet words flow effortlessly from their lips, accompanied by romantic gestures and heartfelt promises of change. It's as if they've suddenly become the person you always wished they'd be. They'll remind you of cherished moments you shared, weaving a picture of an idyllic future filled with love and happiness, a future so vivid it makes you forget the pain they've caused. But don't be fooled. Beneath this glossy exterior lies a calculated agenda. They subtly shift the narrative, bringing up their supposed sacrifices and hardships. The goal: to guilt-trip you into believing that you are the one responsible for the relationship struggles and that only you can save it. Their manipulation doesn't end there. Like expert emotional tacticians, they zero in on your deepest vulnerabilities and insecurities. They unearth old scars, poke at buried fears, and create an emotional whirlwind that leaves you feeling confused, unsteady, and reliant on them for clarity and comfort. Stay vigilant. This theatrical display of affection is nothing more than a trap. Every time you let your guard down, every time you give in, you're handing them more power to manipulate you. Make no mistake, they are completely indifferent to your pain. In fact, your suffering is a source of twisted satisfaction for them. It distracts them from their own emptiness and gives them a fleeting sense of control. To a narcissist, your emotions are tool strings to pull whenever it suits their agenda. But here's what you must remember. You are worthy of love, respect, and kindness. Don't let yourself become a pawn in someone else's manipulative game. Stand firm, reclaim your power, and refuse to be drawn back into their web. They take on the role of the helpless victim. Like seasoned performers, narcissists slip seamlessly into the role of the poor, misunderstood victim, portraying themselves as enduring unbearable suffering. To sell their story, they won't hesitate to invent new wrongs or exaggerate old ones, weaving a web of fabricated pain and injustice. Despite being the ones who caused harm, they manage to twist the narrative so effectively that others begin to see them as the ones who've been deeply wronged. They'll shed tears and lament over the cruel treatment they claim to have endured. They'll tell exaggerated tales of being oppressed or mistreated by you, flipping the script entirely. But it doesn't end there. Their manipulation extends to twisting reality itself. They construct elaborate stories that paint you as the villain, holding you accountable for every problem, every argument, every failure. In the midst of this storm of accusations and dramatics, doubt may start to creep in. You might question yourself, could they be right? Am I really the one at fault here? I don't fall into this carefully laid trap. Their tearful displays and sob stories are nothing more than tools of manipulation. Narcissists are expert storytellers, using their emotions as weapons to distort reality and mask their true intentions. Hold on to your truth. Trust your instincts. You know what you've experienced, and no amount of theatrics should make you doubt the reality of their behavior. Stay strong, and don't let their deceptive performance undermine your confidence in the truth. They resort to threats. When all else fails, when charm, manipulation, and guilt no longer work, the narcissist will unveil their most dangerous weapon: threats. At this stage, their mask slips entirely, revealing the depth of their desperation and selfishness. Armed with any personal information or secrets you've shared, they won't hesitate to use them against you. Even minor, seemingly insignificant details can become tools to inflict emotional harm. Their threats are carefully designed to strike where it hurts most, aiming to destabilize you emotionally and mentally. But threats don't always remain just words. In their escalating attempts to regain control, they may take actions meant to intimidate or punish you. This could include vandalizing your property, attempting to invade your personal space, or even stealing items of sentimental value. Their ultimate aim is to leave you feeling anxious, insecure, and helpless, pushing you into a position where you feel dependent on them to fix the chaos they've unleashed. This is a critical moment where your vigilance and resolve are essential. A narcissist who feels cornered and powerless can act impulsively and recklessly, driven by their craving for dominance and a thirst for revenge. Stay firm, protect yourself, and don't underestimate the lengths they may go to in their pursuit of control. Above all, remember that their threats and actions are reflections of their own inner turmoil, not a measure of your strength or worth. They launch a smear campaign. When all else fails, and the narcissist can no longer sway you with manipulation or threats, they may resort to one of their most toxic and damaging tactics: slander. They twist the truth, fabricate lies, and paint you as the villain, all in an attempt to destroy your reputation and regain control. Their ultimate aim is isolation, to cut you off from your family, friends, and support network. Narcissists are experts at executing these smear campaigns with precision. Rather than openly attacking you, they weave half-truths into their stories, making their lies seem plausible and difficult to refute. Often they'll cloak their slander in feigned concern, pretending to care about your well-being, while secretly spreading rumors and sowing seeds of doubt about your character. This calculated approach makes their narrative more believable, leaving those around you questioning your integrity and loyalty. To make matters worse, narcissists often position themselves as the hero in their fabricated tale, portraying you as unstable or unreasonable. They hope that this carefully constructed isolation will drive you back to them, desperate for the support they claim only they can provide. But don't be fooled. This is all about control. Their lies and manipulation stem from their fragile ego, an obsessive need to dominate, and complete disregard for your well-being or reputation. Smear campaigns are their way of rewriting the story in their favor, protecting their image at any cost. Stand firm, remain true to yourself, and don't let their web of deceit pull you into their game. Trust those who know your true character and lean on your integrity. It's the best defense against their malicious tactics. Understanding how narcissists behave when they lose their ability to control you is an essential step toward protecting yourself and building a life free from toxicity. While they may resort to new tactics, lash out in anger, or attempt to stir chaos, there's no reason to fear. Your awareness and resilience are your greatest tools in breaking free from their grip. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to stay updated on future content, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. It's a great way to connect with a supportive community of people striving to heal from toxic relationships. Remember, the power to shape your life is yours. Stay strong, set clear boundaries, and never let anyone dictate your emotions or actions. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.